Hello, my name is April Ampong, and I am an instructor at IELTS Niner Review Center, an international standard IELTS training system that helps learners progress from beginner level to band 7 to 9 in the most time-efficient way. Many candidates don't fail IELTS because of poor English. They fail because they run out of time, misunderstand the test format, or panic on test day. And the problem is, these mistakes are completely avoidable. In this video, I'll walk you step by step through the IELTS test format and timing, so you know exactly what to expect and how to avoid the most common mistakes candidates make. The IELTS examination has 4 sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Listening, reading, and writing are usually taken on the same day. These 3 sections are completed one after another without breaks in between. That means you must be prepared to stay focused for almost 3 hours. This surprises many candidates, especially those taking IELTS for the first time. The speaking examination is different. It may be on the same day as the other sections, or within 7 days before or after the main test. This depends on the test center. You will be informed of your speaking test date and time in advance, so there are no surprises. Many candidates lose marks not because their English is weak, but because they are mentally unprepared for the test structure. Knowing when each section happens helps you manage your energy, control your nerves, and stay focused throughout the exam. When you understand the IELTS test structure, you walk into the exam room calm and confident. There is no confusion, no panic, and you know exactly what's coming next. So let's talk more about the IELTS listening test format and timing. The IELTS listening tests last 30 minutes. For computer-based tests, there is no extra time to transfer your answers, and you must type your answers directly on the screen while you're listening. You will hear each recording once only. There are no repeats, so concentration is critical. If you miss one answer, do not panic. Move on immediately and stay focused on the next question. There are 40 questions in total. They are divided into 4 sections. The test begins with everyday situations such as social conversations. Then it gradually becomes more academic, ending with a lecture or academic discussion. Now, a common mistake in the computer-based test is typing errors. Spelling mistakes are marked as wrong, even if the answers sound correct. Another problem is typing too slow and missing the next question. So practice typing quickly and accurately. Use the time before each section to read the questions carefully. Always check spelling, singular and plural forms, numbers and dates. In the computer-based listening test, you must listen, read, and type at the same time. This requires practice, but once you're familiar with the format, your confidence and score will improve. Now let's move on to the reading test format and timing. So the reading examination test lasts 60 minutes. There isn't any extra time to transfer your answers. Every answer must be written or typed within those 60 minutes. This is why time management is critical in the reading test. You must answer 40 questions in total. These questions are spread across 3 reading passages, and each question is worth 1 mark. Easy questions and difficult questions are scored the same. Now, one of the most common mistakes candidates make is spending too much time on the first passage. They read it slowly, try to understand every word, and aim for a perfect score at the beginning. But then they reach the final passage with very little time left. They rush, guess answers, or leave questions blank. This single mistake alone can cost you a full band score. This happens because many candidates treat all passages the same, but in reality, the passages usually increase in difficulty. The final passage is often the longest and the most challenging, so it deserves more time, not less. You don't need to understand every word to answer the questions. You need to read with purpose, locate key information quickly, move on when a question is taking too long. A good reading strategy is just as important as good English. Moving on to test or writing examination test format and timing. So the writing test also lasts 60 minutes. During this time, you must complete 2 separate tasks. So we have task 1 and task 2. Both tasks are important, but they're not weighed equally. In academics IELTS, task 1 requires you to describe visual information, such as graph, chart, table, or process. In general training, task 1 is a letter writing. Task 2 is an essay. You're asked to discuss an issue, give an opinion, or respond to a problem. So task 2 is worth more marks than task 1. This means task 2 has a greater impact on your overall writing band score. For this reason, task 2 should receive more time and attention. A common recommendation is about 20 minutes for task 1 and 40 minutes for task 2. A very common mistake candidates make is spending too long on task 1. They aim for perfection, rewrite sentences, and check every small detail. As a result, they run out of time for task 2. They rush the essay or leave it incomplete. This can seriously lower your writing score. An incomplete task 2 is heavily penalized. Even with good grammar and vocabulary, you cannot score well if the task is unfinished. Task response is a key marking criterion. So always manage your time carefully. Finish both tasks. A complete, clear answer is better than perfect but unfinished one. In IELTS writing, success is not about writing the longest answer. It's about answering the task fully within the time limit. Lastly is the speaking examination. So the speaking test lasts between 11 and 14 minutes. It's divided into 3 parts, and each part has a different purpose. The speaking test is face-to-face conversation with a trained IELTS examiner. The examiner is not there to trick you, challenge you, or judge you as a person. They are trained to assess English using official band descriptors. You're not expected to give perfect memorized answers. You're being assessed on natural communication. When you say natural communication, it means answering the questions directly, speaking clearly, not too fast, developing your ideas naturally, use everyday vocabulary appropriately, correcting yourself if necessary, and small mistakes are normal and acceptable. Many candidates feel nervous at the start, but that's normal. Once you treat the test as a conversation, your confidence improves. The examiner will guide the discussion and help the test move smoothly from one part to the next. So do not memorize long answers. Do not try to impress the examiner with difficult words. Focus on being clear, calm, and communicative. The IELTS speaking test is short, so it's your chance to show your real English, not to perform. Now, you understand the test format and timing. So the next step is learning how to control the test, not let the test control you. In the next video, we'll focus on IELTS listening, test structure questions, types, and how to prepare effectively. See you in the next video.